thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please?
Hello friends, and welcome back to another homemaking video. Today I'm going to talk about how I simplify things just to try to get the bare minimum done when I am just not feeling like doing all the things. So we've been going through a difficult time lately. I told y'all last week about moving my mom and dealing with the house and all that kind of stuff and getting her settled. But it's that time of year where we're coming up on the anniversary of both my dad's death and Gary's dad's death, and then of course helping our moms through both of our moms through that time as well. So it's just a difficult time for us. So I thought I would address that in this video because we all have difficult things that we go through, and we're all, at least many of us that watch this YouTube channel, we're moms and we still have all the things. It's hard to kind of take a break from your life when you're the one that cooks and takes care of the house and takes care of the children and all that. So I thought I would just kind of break this down a little bit with just having somewhat of a bad week and how I got some things done and let other things go, and that's what we'll be doing today. So I hope y'all are having a good week, but if you're not, then I hope this video will provide some motivation for you. So this was the first day of 3 days that I filmed, and I kind of use the word day loosely because I didn't film the entire day or anything like that. You'll see that later in this video. But on this first day, I had grand plans of doing all the things. I had a lot of stuff to do, laundry, all kinds of stuff that needed to be done around the house. I showed a few clips in the intro where things were kind of messed up and just in the wrong place, and that is not how we typically keep our house. Gary and I just kind of have a threshold of what we can tolerate. But on this day, all I really got done was feeding the people and watering the plants. That's really all that I would say that I accomplished. I think pretty much after I watered the plants, I laid down in the bed. So that pretty much brings this day to a close.
Tomorrow, let all our worries fade. Let them sweep away. There'll be another day. Tomorrow, oh, oh, oh.
Here's our grocery haul. We got some corn, avocados, strawberries, broccoli, some more minced garlic and some chives, some coffee and some creamer, a couple things of cheddar cheese, some zucchini, a red bell pepper, one shallot, and some russet potatoes. We got 3 18-count eggs, a couple of these avocado oils, which they were on sale this week, some bread flour, some honey for making bread, and then also some chocolate chips. All right, here's our meal plan. Of course, we have pizza for Friday, then Saturday grilled chicken, corn and pasta salad, which is something we were supposed to have the previous week and did not have. Then Sunday steak fajitas. We usually try to do those at some point over the weekend. On Monday, we're gonna eat out for Gary's birthday. Tuesday, I'm gonna do spaghetti carbonara with grilled chicken. Wednesday, we're gonna do grilled salmon, broccoli, and brown rice. And then Thursday, we're gonna do either steak or shrimp fried rice with zucchini. On the third day, I was starting to feel a little bit better, and I will stress that these 3 days were not in a row, so this was kind of spanning the course of a week. So by this day, I was trying to kind of get the house back in order and get some of those things done that I had kind of put off. And I found on this day when I started doing that I did have more motivation. I was able to accomplish a whole lot more. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I had really been neglecting Sophie's portfolio. I know a lot of people, so in South Carolina, first of all, for homeschooling, we are required to keep a portfolio of work samples for our child. In case we're ever audited, we can show progress from the beginning of the school year to the end. And So I know a lot of people do this at the end of the year, but I'm not one of those people. I like to do it either on a weekly or a monthly basis. Since we started using the Aces Paces, I just keep the tests, so I don't have to keep a whole lot. It's actually a lot easier. But I'm also taking all of the pages out of what we did for Bible all year, and I'm adding that to our portfolio as well, and just getting the pile down to a manageable amount. So there's several things that I did on this day that needed to be done all week, like doing some cleaning of the house, doing all the laundry. I probably did like 6 or 7 loads of laundry on this day just because I was really far behind just from the rest of the week, just really not feeling my best and just not feeling up to it. I also had a lot of other things going on that were taking me out of the house and just were kind of a time suck, so to speak, where I just didn't have the time to put into the house. And that also kind of brings me down when I have day after day after day of that kind of thing that just make it really hard to keep up with everything else. So another thing that I did on this day was I went to the store and picked up some things that I needed to refill. So right here I'm refilling sugar. I think I also got like some baking soda and some other things that I really needed. I just actually went to the store versus ordering the stuff online. So I'm filling up baking soda, baking powder, and stuff like that needed to be done for a long time, and I had just been putting it off. And while I was at the store, I also got some flowers just to kind of brighten the mood in the house. That's something that always makes me feel better. And I just kind of found on this day that once I started moving and once I started getting things done, it was just easier to get things done. So kind of that whole body in motion stays in motion and a body at rest stays in rest kind of thing. But that's kind of where I was this week. And so on this day I did get a lot done, and not to say that it was easy by any means, but I did finally feel like I was making some progress and catching up from the past couple of weeks where we had just had so much going on. Now at this point, it was pretty late in the day. It was almost 4 o'clock, and I still had a lot of laundry left to do. I was still working on the girls' bedding. I still hadn't cleaned up the kitchen from that morning. Everything was still everywhere because I did prioritize school on this day as well as going to the store. And then our living room, this is pretty much what it looked like all week. I really didn't do anything in here, and I was determined on this day that I was going to go ahead and finally get everything straight and put back up where it needed to be. So I'm continuing to keep the laundry moving, and I am using a new detergent called Molly Suds. I just got it on Amazon. I know a lot of y'all had asked me about the spray detergent that I've used from Clean Mama, and it's a very similar detergent except it's a powder form. It's all natural. It has the enzymes and all of that kind of stuff in it. It's very gentle on your skin, which is the reason why I buy that. It is cheaper though than Clean Mama, and so far I really like it. So I thought I would mention that since several of y'all had asked me that, asked me about the Clean Mama detergent before. I do have both linked in the description box below if you're interested in those. So I'm keeping the laundry moving. As I'm moving on to the kitchen, I want to go ahead and get this straightened up. One of the things I thought that I would share in this video is if you are having a bad day and things are really rough and your housekeeping, you can't keep up with it, what are some things that you can do? And I think for me, it's just to focus on those simple things, the basics. What would be the first thing? For me, that would be meals, making sure that I have a meal plan, I have groceries, and I'm able to cook. Second, after that, would be to keep my kitchen up. And that is one thing that we did do. We do keep our kitchen up every night before we go to bed. We have our kitchen clean pretty much no matter what's going on. We really don't have a choice in that. We would have bugs everywhere living down here in the South if we didn't do that with our kitchen. But those are kind of our non-negotiables. And then after that, we try to fit in the other things, buying groceries or having groceries delivered. Even school, I'm going to prioritize feeding everybody before school. And after that, it's going to be school and laundry, and pretty much everything else would come after those things.
I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. We were such a constellation, right? No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves.
Friends, we'd love to pray for you. If we can pray for you, let us know in the comments below.
Shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. With the heart of gratefulness, lift up your voice and sing.
Another thing that I'll do when I'm not motivated to do homemaking, but it really needs to be done, is I'll listen to praise and worship music while I'm doing it.
One name, we lift up a shout, we lift up a shout. Oh, together we sing, we lift up a shout, we lift up a shout of praise. From the north to the south, let it rise and ring out. Oh, lift up your voice and sing. Yeah, lift up a shout of praise. Oh, there's only one name. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout. Oh, together we sing. We lift up a shout. We lift up a shout of praise. It's always been you.
Now I'm finally getting around to addressing the living room, which has been like this literally all week.
It's always been you, Emmanuel. Who gave me this courage? What torch
I rarely do ironing, but this shirt really needed to be ironed, and it had been sitting on the back of the couch waiting all week, so this was the last thing that I did. So it did take me all week to get everything done, but I did get it all done. I felt so much better once I just got up and started getting everything done. So I hope that this video provided motivation for you. If you're going through anything like this, and if you're going through a hard time, let us know in the comments below. We would love to pray for you. Thanks for being here today, friend. We'll see you next time. Bye.